From Fans Hobby, it is Flamebreaker MB14A, or as we like to call him, Hosehead, which, you know, sounds like something people call each other in Canada. Hey, you Hosehead. And is actually the only Transformer named by name in a Weird Al song. You'll have to figure out which one. But it also has to do with Canada, eh? So yes, Flamebreaker. This is a third-party version of Hosehead by Fans Hobby, and I actually was very tempted to buy this when I was at TFCon because I saw it there by the Chosen Prime. Or Chosen, I guess. I'm glad I didn't because I came home and I got it from AliExpress, substantially cheaper. Sorry, but one thing I noticed, and I guess this is throwing away any chance of the Chosen Prime ever sponsoring this channel, but yeah, their prices at TFCon were higher than the ones on their website. Their website prices weren't all that much higher than AliExpress. And thanks again, Stormy, for coming by just at the beginning of the video to cause me problems. So, there is Flamebreaker in front of a cat. I'm going to go through this guy. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, I'm Captain Kyle. Welcome aboard. If you've been watching for a while, thanks for coming back. Very cool of you, very cool. And let's get into this Master Builder 14A Flamebreaker with his Headmaster dude. But he's such a Hosehead. Anyways, be right back. So Flamebreaker comes with his Junior power driver. We'll see if we can find a name in here somewhere. But we're gonna open up. Hosehead came with lug, and it is a little, I don't know, disturbing to me that we have Horrible, and we have Squeeze Flay, and we have, who's the third Decepticon one? It will come to me, it will come to me, eventually. We have the 3 Decepticon ones, so Fangry. So we have those, but we don't have Hosehead. We have a Minerva, but no Siren, no Nightbeat. We've had Nightbeats, but not a new one in a while. And we also had the Decepticon Target Masters, but where's Landfill? Where's Quick Mix? Where's Scoop? Come on, we had a Scoop a while back. But anyway, a very nice packaging, very well protected. It's got class sticker around. These are kind of almost like masterpiece versions of the Junior Headmasters, so, you know, small. I mean, he's not even quite 6 inches, like 5 3/4 inches long in his mini fire engine form. Because this is shorter than most fire engines would be proportionally. We've got accessories, which includes a weapon of some kind, or at least part of a weapon. I'm sure we'll find out more about that. His Headmaster partner, Nebulon partner, or if you go by the Japanese, this is like who he is. And it looks like we've got a helmet and a face in here. So I'm gonna wait to open that up because I have cats around who might smack them off the table, and that would not be fun. I have instructions. I have sticker sheets. Well, a sticker sheet, which I'll put on later. And the bots. So this is Flamebreaker. And just looking at the instructions here, basically says, pull on the tip, it gets bigger. Shut up, Logan. Now it's a full gun. Totally erect. Yeah. I'm not seeing a name for Flamebreaker's partner, so we'll just go with lug. But since he is in vehicle mode, let's take a look at that. And we'll bring over the Turntable of Doom and give him a spin. And pretty solid. I mean, when it's a vehicle of this type, it's pretty squarish, so it's not that difficult to turn into a robot. He's got a ladder here. Let's see if it extends, and it does. Looks like that. Oh, there we go. We've got full extension. Logan, shut up. Logan recently posted that he's an angel. Yeah, and I'm a pope. Yeah, I'm not buying the whole angel thing. Dear Logan, you've been making comments far too long. So I assume that these can spray out some type of flame retardant chemical. It's got the light bar on the front. It's got movable side view mirrors, which is kind of neat. So yeah, the detail is very nice on this, and it's showing me a few things here, such as opening this up and storing the weapon right down in there. So that's handy. Can also pull the back hatch open because it'll rest in place for his driver dude. I'm wondering, it does show, yes, I guess I'll open this up now. It has an alternate face for Flamebreaker in here, but also the helmet piece, which apparently you can store in the trunk. Got some junk in the trunk. So there you go. And if we open up the front, there's apparently seats in here. The wheel is on this side. And just like with Athena, not the easiest driver to position in here, but I got him in there. I think he's like standing, which probably isn't the best way to drive, but he's in there. So here's a vehicle. The wheels feel rubber. There's the bottom view. Can hear a little bit of the shaking of the figure in the front. I think the piece in the back is actually pretty well secured, but let's see. Roll test. Very smooth. I'm liking the rolling. So it's a small fire truck, but you know, I guess it's there for small fires. So pretty neat, but we are going to take out the gun, the driver, and even the helmet and get him into robot mode. So there is Flamebreaker, I believe in proper robot mode. The instructions proved a little less unclear, so I kind of winged it, and I think I got him in good shape. He looks good to me, but if I made mistakes, please let me know, because it's not beyond the realm of possibility. But he looks pretty cool to me. He's got his headmaster, he's got his gun, and 2 arms, 2 legs. What more do you want? All right, show's over. No, I should probably go through a little bit more. Obviously no Autobot symbol, because they don't want to get sued, though, you know, they could still get sued. And pretty posable overall. First of all, we want to see, and I'm not going to mess with the other head. Now, one thing I've noticed, and it could be, again, me, is these lower plates on his arms. They seem to like to come out of place. So that could be I skipped a step, or it could just be the way it is. But firstly, I am seeing that he is not able to do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. And the reason for that is these little knobs on his hips that look nice as a design element, but keep him from doing that. But he does have pretty good ankle swivels, so he's got that going for him. Can't kick forward. He's got these plates on his hips that kind of move up as you kick forward. He kicks back, side kick, not super high, but if he uses both legs, he can get pretty high. Probably get someone in the face. Bends at the knee, maybe 90-ish degrees. Swivels. Oh, and before I forget, because I am wont to do that, as they say, or as I say, I don't know who else says that nowadays. He's like 7 inches, slightly more in height, so good scale. I don't have an original to put up next to him, so sorry. Can he twist at the waist? Well, he can. And just gotta make sure that his hip covers don't get in the way, because if they move out of the way, they can block. So just be aware of that and don't try to force. Don't use the force, Luke. He does also have a little bit of ab crunch here, so he can kind of look down. So that's kind of a neat thing. Arms can't quite go all the way around because of his backpack, but they can go pretty high and pretty low. And if I had his elbows in the correct direction, there we go, could show he bends at the elbow and swivels. So good swiveling. The fist can also twist and the fingers open. The thumb is not movable, but the hand can open. All 4 fingers together, which I prefer that to some of the individual finger things because sometimes those things can fall off, which is not fun. The gun slides into his hand with a slot in the back, so it can stay in there even with the fingers open. Arms can go out to the side. It's got some good posability. Again, I just don't like those in the back of the forearms type thing. And again, that could be me. The head twists around very nicely. And plastic feel-wise, it feels like quality. You know, it's not feeling like cheap plastic. I have felt cheap plastic and cheap never mind. We won't talk about that. And yeah, there's nothing quite like that flimsy feeling. And this does not have the flimsy feeling. You can also open up his chest to see his tech specs, which do not change when you remove the head, which has a little helmet cover, and the face slides off pretty easily. I do have to say this little Headmaster dude, we'll call him Lug, very posable compared to the original Lug and many of even the latest Hasbro and Takara Headmasters. So there he is. When I bought him, it was like $50. Shipping was pretty low, if not free. I forget offhand. I'll put a link to the description for you. But yeah, I think he's a very solid homage to the original Hosehead. Keep freaking Hosehead. I just can't help but say that from time to time. And yeah, like I said, I think I got him transformed properly, and I think he's pretty posable and a lot cheaper than getting an original Hosehead. And again, a lot more posable. So I like him. Flamebreaker MB14A. I have to say, overall, the Fans Toy stuff, pretty good. Sometimes the transformation's a little more complex. I do find it interesting, and maybe it's just me, that some of these guys are a little more complex than they need to be. One thing I'll say about Hasbro is they generally, at least on the mainline toys, keep the transformation clever but relatively simple. Some of these third-party companies, I think, take it too far. But I think he was a good investment, and I will try to do a transformation video once the transformation area is ready. Yeah, I can't do it here. It's just too difficult for things like this, but we're getting there. And he's fun. And if you're having fun, by all means feel free to subscribe. That would be totally awesome. And while you are mulling over Flamebreaker, actually take a look at this one over here, which is the fans hobby Athena. And as soon as I mention Athena, Stormy has to come. Though she was not Zeus, you would think it like Zeus. But we will see you next time. And as always, have fun and good